lifts. Some of the kids might find lifts easier than keeps, but let me tell you, there are a lot of technicalities involved while you are doing a lift. It might look like just a swing, but then there are a lot of technical things which you will have to look into when the children are doing. Okay, the first thing is, the important thing is your wrist. Okay, so when you're doing the lifts, children tend to swing the racket from here and the follow through goes there and they might hit the children nearby. So for this you will have to first work on their wrist work. Okay, so there are a few easy steps which you can follow. So first, initially ask the child to just use his wrist and do this. Okay, the wrist goes back and then front, back and then hit. So when you go back, you hold the grip loose, and just before you strike the shuttle you hold it tight and then lift it up. So make sure it doesn't go too high. So just wrist back and then hit. Okay, this is one. The second thing here, so you ask the child to keep their wrist back like this. If they keep it down, then the racket will touch the ground. So sometimes the children, without using the wrist, when they do the lift, this happens. It will touch the ground. So it has to be made mandatory that the wrist goes back and then the swing comes. So first you start off from here, the second you start off from here. The wrist is back and then forward, back and then forward, back and then forward. The third one is you either get it from the side, this, or from the back. And again here the wrist is back, this. So if they keep their wrist front, then it will touch the floor. So the wrist has to be back and then lift, back and lift. Okay, this is when it comes to follow through. And same as keeps, the progression will be the same. So you start off with just the stationary lifts, then you progress on to one step, and then from the base to the front court with 3 steps. So now we do the backhand lifts. So for the backhand lifts, again we can split it to 3 stages, where you just do with the wrist and then little to your body and then the whole swing. So for the backhand lifts, of course you need to hold the backhand grip, that is important, and children might feel it very difficult and very odd to hold the grip while doing the backhand lift, but as and when they practice, they will get better. So here you use only your wrist. So from here the backhand grip, this. Okay, this is one. The second one is you come from here and do this. So just make sure the racket head is flat. So children might tend to do this way, and they might also slice it like this. So you have to make sure it is straight. So only then the shuttle will travel straight. Okay, so from here it is straight. And then the last one is the whole swing. Back and then swing. Back and then swing. Back and then swing. So the children have less power in their wrist, so it will be very difficult for them to use their wrist. So to generate power, they will try to use their wild swing, very huge swing, because we stress upon the children and we tell the children to hit the shuttle to the corner, to the baseline. The lifts have to go to the baseline. So for the beginners, initially do not stress upon hitting to the baseline. Focus on the technique first. If the shuttle falls in the mid-court, it is okay. So once they develop the technique and once they have done all the wrist exercises for many number of times, then they will get the power, and then you can tell them to hit the shuttles to the baseline.